NotTwo, there's already no you.
alreadynottwo.com.
The so-called meeting, or the so-called message, is utterly simple, really. It doesn't look like that for the apparent individual. Though this already NotTwo apparent Zoom meeting is pointing to all there is. All there is what is and isn't. Or it's what's appearing to happen. It's just the same. It's an isness. This is an isness, which is utterly unknowable. It's no thing. So no thing can be known, can be grasped, can be understood. And yet it's all there is. Not to the experience of the so-called individual. Because for most human beings, what seems to happen, there seems to be a separate experience, and that separate experience seems to be very real. And often there seems to be a lack, there seems to be something missing. There's a need for something to happen in order to become or to achieve or to feel better. But that's the lived experience for most human beings, that things are need to happen in order to feel better, to feel more worthy, and so on and so on. And what seems to happen in this so-called meeting, it's just pointing out that all there is what is and isn't. And that's just as it is. There is nothing separate from it. And it doesn't mean nothing else as well. Because what seems to happen is that within the natural reality, if we call it a natural reality, there also seems to appear a dreamt reality. It's a dreamt, separate, dualistic reality. So there's not just only what's appearing to happen, but on top of what's appearing to happen, which is also obviously what's appearing to happen, but there always seems to be a story of good and bad, of right and wrong, of positive and negative, and so on and so on. That seems to be a dreamt experience for most human beings. And the seeking that seems to come out of that. So it's also an exposing of the myth that there is no such thing as a separate individual, but there is also the seeking is utterly and wonderfully futile. Because that seeking energy, it doesn't feel or it doesn't look like that maybe, but that seeking energy is already this isness appearing as something separate, searching to be whole again. So in that sense, it's a joke, one could say, though most people do not seem to laugh about that. So this is what seems to happen. We can talk about it. We can exchange some concepts, maybe talk about some ideas. And it's that illumination of that dreamt, separate, dualistic reality that can unravel the tightness of all those beliefs that a human being gathered during what it's believed in is his or her life, for example. Though there's nothing on offer in that sense, so this isn't a meeting about becoming or achieving. One could say within the story, it's more the opposite, because it can only, or that human being can only lose something. It will be a loss, or it can be a loss of some firm and tight beliefs. Or maybe that whole dreamt reality can just, as it appeared, can disappear as well. And then it's just revealed that this is all there is. So there's no hidden reality. There's nothing to become. There's nothing to achieve. This is it as it is. There's nothing else. This is totality. So if one is having a question, feel free to ask, or maybe you can do it in the chat as well. I try to keep an eye on that. If there is a preference to type something instead of asking something. There's not only nothing to learn, nothing to become here. There's nothing to learn as well. So what is being talked about can be known. It's within the dreamt experience. It's the knowing that hides that this is already it as it is.
NotTwo.
Hi.
Hello.
Difficult in English for me. Sometimes it feels like there's something inside which gives up even more and more, but it seems to never come an end because there's always something remaining which is resistance to all that. And does it matter if something inside of me feels like giving up, or it's just don't matter anything because it can happen anyway?
Well, there's no meaning or purpose to this message, so to speak. So whatever is happening is already everything. So that felt sense, that's the dreamt experience for most human beings, that I am inside this body, looking out to an external world, for example. That whole thing is just an illusion. So that plays out as it plays out, so to speak. Your English is fine, by the way. It's better than my German. I don't know if that's a reference, but... Though anything can happen. What we're talking about aren't separate happenings. So what's apparently happening is just everything. Though there's no agenda here to try to change something. So everything is just as it is.
Yeah, but that's inside of me.
But is a good start, yeah.
Yeah, it's inside of me that I want to have a change. Otherwise, I would not make this effort to go to all these meetings.
Mm-hmm. I understand, though you're not making the effort. So it happens as it apparently happens. That's basically the separate experience. That things are need to happen in order to. It's already happening. Apparently, in that sense. This sitting, hearing, maybe speaking, breathing. According to the individual, it can follow that for a bit. The wind blows, the sun shines, the blood flows. But when it's coming to thoughts, then it's become difficult in that sense, because then there is one suddenly who is doing the thoughts, or who is the thinker of thoughts, which is an illusion, by the way. Nothing needs to happen. So this communication doesn't come out of a need. This is what is and isn't. There's no one here. which is also saying there's no one there. There's just no one in general. This is the mystery. Sitting on the seat is a mystery. Though for most human beings that's not satisfying, because there is the knowing that I am the one who is sitting on the seat. And the mystery seems to be lost. Or it's not special enough. Sitting on a seat is not special enough. It has to be more profound than this.
But almost no one, almost no one likes it the way it is. Or I want it different.
Yeah.
No one is satisfied with what is happening in his life.
Mm-hmm. Then obviously that's what's appearing to happen. The funny thing is that as long as one seeks for freedom, it stays hidden that freedom is all there is. Though you're not doing that, it's apparently happening like that. But that dreamt separate experience seems to be unsatisfying for some human beings. Though that's already wholeness appearing as that.
Today I wrote by Facebook in a group, someone asked what is the meaning of life, and a lot of people gave answer to it, and all these nice sentences, and this is meaning, and this is important, and a huge amount of concepts. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I ask you, just will probably say there is no.
Good job. That's just, there is no meaning to life. There's just life apparently happening. But there seems to be a lot of concepts as well, which is this, of course, obviously as well. Because when there is the sense of being someone, then life absolutely seems to have meaning and purpose. And there seems to be someone who is working towards that goal to achieve and to become, to reach a certain purpose, for example. Though the me doesn't do that, it just apparently happens like that. Though there is no meaning to life.
Or maybe there is even a life.
Well, it's an empty story, of course. One could say there's an apparent life, though it doesn't happen for anyone. Neither does it happen by anyone. There's just life apparently happening. Without meaning and purpose.
Sorry. Late.
Sorry?
Late. Sorry.
Yeah, you missed
I
a
thought
lot.
19.
You missed a lot,
Yeah.
really.
The whole everything.
Yeah. There did your chance to get enlightened. You've missed it, really.
Yeah. I know.
All the answers that did appear.
He just revealed all the secrets and you missed it.
Shit. Really? No.
Of course. This was your once in a lifetime opportunity. The real answers come only out once in a few years.
Really?
Natürlich.
I thought I know everything already. So.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
That sounds like the dream of me.
Can please repeat the majesty you just spoke about, which he missed?
Sorry?
Just repeat it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Where should I begin? Whew, it was so much.
there will be a recording, right?
Well, it's recording, but that doesn't mean it's going to be on YouTube. Missed it again. If you want to become enlightened, you have to put more effort to it.
You're just teasing me. You say efforts. Yeah. What happens, happens. You can.
Oh.
With or without effort. No. Too much effort also not good.
Well, there's just no you to make an effort. This is effortless already, apparently happening.
However, it seems to look, right?
What we're talking about is everything.
So there is a me, let's say, but it's just some like a machine has some computer in it who's doing stuff, with the body,
Though
but we are not there.
The me isn't there, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it depends what you mean with being there. Like a ghost can also be there, like this is what I mean. Like something is there, but it's not that real, So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good. Neither do I.
No? Okay.
There's just no one inside the body. Not as this, not as that. There's just no one.
Yeah.
And that can be known. The very knowing hides the natural reality.
So what can it be? Like,
Sorry?
what can it be when it cannot be known?
Nothing. We're not talking about a something. No thing isn't a something. It's no thing.
Yeah. And this is the nature of everything. But everything is nothing, so...
It's nothing appearing as everything. So everything is nothing. And even that are already too many words about something that is utterly unknown.
I know we are dreaming this me life story, you know?
You're not doing that. You're not there to do that. So it's not that there is one who is dreaming that it is not. No, you're just not there. It's nothing dreaming that is something.
But nothing and something are not real. So it's just...
Nothing is real. Or nothing is only real. It's real and unreal simultaneously. So it's just pointing to something that is utterly unknown.
One can become sad about it, but happy too, but sad sometimes. Because so attached to it. But what is attached to itself?
There is no self.
Or only self?
No, it isn't there. And not in the sense of only self, otherwise that would be I am not this small self. No, the self is all there is, which is utterly bullshit, really.
To say nothing appears as everything.
Yeah.
Appears. Yeah. I mean, it's like two sides of the coin, nothing and everything, you know?
Yeah, it's ungraspable for the me. It can work with that. It has to be this or it has to be that. It can be both.
Somehow the Zooms are even more powerful than real meetings in a different way.
Yeah, can be.
Saying, yeah.
Can be, yeah.
So all this melting of the me, expanding, disappearing, blah, blah. It's bullshit. I mean, it can appear to happen, right? Like,
well, it's a contracted energy that can be less, apparently, or can be more, or whatsoever. So it's just energy appearing as that, which has nothing to do with a you or an individual or a person or... Because it's impossible. Sometimes people talk about, oh yeah, that contraction inside the body. And it's impossible to speak about that in that sense, that felt sense that there is a contraction or a contracted energy within that body. You can only talk about that when it's no more. Because it's only felt when it is no more. It's impossible to say that you feel it before.
Because it's you, as long as it's contracted.
Well, that's the misconception that there is a you.
Yeah. But you think it's you. You have the energetic impression it's your garment, like this.
Well, out of that contraction seems to the illusion of I am arising. Yeah. That doesn't make it real.
No, that's okay. It's like I think it's real, but it's not.
As long as that there is a sense that there is one, it will be very real. I could only say that there was a contracted energy inside this apparent body when it was no more. What we're talking about is really, it's utterly simple. It's just within that appearance of a body, there seems to be a contraction appearing as well. And out of that comes that dreamt reality. That's it.
And it has nothing to do with the normal tension of the body.
There's still stress.
Fear.
Stress can be appear. What we're talking about is everything, so everything can appear. Fear can appear, or it's natural in that sense. Or stress can still appear. Anything can still appear. There's no you needed for that, because there is simply already no you.
Yeah. I don't get it.
No, you will never get it.
Never get it. Yeah.
I didn't get it.
You also didn't lose it. No. Didn't lose it. No.
This body lost something, one could say.
Not you, so to say.
No.
Yeah.
Because what seems to happen is that that body, what we call Milos, for example, seems to have something, or there seems to be something there, which isn't here anymore. Which doesn't make it special or whatsoever, because it just disappeared for no reason.
Yeah, you just say as it is. Yeah, seems to be. Yeah.
So this didn't achieve anything or whatsoever, or the search did stop because of a certain understanding or something like that. No, just the sense or that contraction, as it appeared a long time ago, it just disappeared as well.
What state? What didn't disappear? Everything
obviously,
else.
This appearance of a body is still what's appearing to happen. Or this is still what's appearing to happen.
And the question, are you happy, is not appropriate or not?
But it's not about anything.
It's not about
that's just the whole struggle. The search to be everlasting happy. So
not possible.
When there is the sense of an individual, the me only live half. Because it doesn't want this, it only wants that.
True.
So it wants to escape when there is sadness or when there is anger or whatsoever.
I think Buddha did it long ago, like the full thing about wanting and being and stuff, but doesn't matter.
You can say long time ago that I saw Buddha.
But maybe he started all this. That it was possible on this planet.
Nothing ever started.
So it will never end. Yeah.
Sorry?
Because there is nothing. It will never end because there is nothing.
Yeah. This didn't start.
No birth, no death.
No.
Can you know if someone is ready for this?
No,
Where no.
no. There's an openness. There's an openness to this, or there isn't. So one could say there's a readiness, or it isn't.
In time.
But there is no such thing as time. So liberation will never ever happen in time. It's timeless.
When it happens, it reveals that time never existed. Yes.
It's not even a real happening.
Because there's no time also. Yeah. And yeah. I get it somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible that one had something like this in past life? No.
There is no past life. That's just this. That's just life. So nobody's having a life. So when there is no one to have a life, then how can you have a past life or a future life or whatsoever?
Yeah.
There is no past, there is no present, there is no future. That's the lived sense of an individual, that I am born and I'm on a journey to achieve and to become, and I walk through time and space. That's the dreamt reality. There is no past, there is no present, there is no future. Even that can be, for some beings, can be understood somehow. Because when there is the thought appearing of your breakfast, for example, from this morning or whenever it apparently did take place, that thought is appearing in now, or is not in now, but is, when it's appearing, it's now, so to speak. But it's constantly now.
Yeah.
So it's just all what's appearing to happen is just this. It's constantly this, it's all there is.
And now I feel it. Not enough, but enough now.
Yeah, not enough.
It's like, more of this expansion. No, not this expansion. This is death. More, you know, all this.
That's the end of you. Yeah. Liberation is the end of you. But it's also seen that you were never ever there. It was an illusion all along.
Yeah. But then again, who cares, you know? Like, who's there to care?
What we're talking about is everything. So some people seem not to care, otherwise other beings seem to care.
And it can't be a mistake because it will happen anyway, so to say.
Sorry?
It can't be, one cannot make the mistake to go in this direction because it would happen anyways.
But there's no one who is going in a certain direction. That's the whole dreamt reality. That there is a you, and you can choose to go in a certain direction. There is no direction because there simply is no position in this.
So we meet you from time to time and you remind us how it is?
There's no one here.
Yeah, okay.
So there is no agenda here. The me lives in a world where there's everything, where there's an agenda to everything. There's always what's in it for me. When that dream is no more, that agenda or that agenda isn't there anymore as well. There's just what's appearing to happen.
Yeah, I just meant like from time to time, we just bang, we are back in the moment. We don't exist. And then after this,
there's no one back in the moment because you are already not there. There is no one who is in the moment.
Yeah. But to say we are the moment, no.
There is no moment, even. In the end, there is no moment. But a moment, when talking about a so-called moment is happening, that suggests that there is a before, there is a moment,
Right.
and there is an after. And there is no before, this, and after.
And in the future, I will be in the only moment. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's happening, apparently, is constantly this. There's nothing else. There's nothing else.
Yeah, you know how it is for the seemingly me's. It's like there is a promise for real peace, let's say like this, but there is this little dread dying, you know.
What's really longed for is just this.
I trust you. I know. Yeah. No, really.
That's good. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I just forget it, you know.
It's also what is feared the most is also just this. Because what's longed for the most is what the me longs for the most is its own absence. But it's also what is feared the most. It's the fear of not being there anymore.
It's like with love a bit, right? So you long for love and you disappear in it.
It's not like this or that. It's just as it is.
It's everything.
Though we're not talking about a certain thing. That's what the me would want. I am something and I'm looking for a certain something as well.
Something else, yeah.
What we're talking about is everything. So in that sense, it's constantly overlooked by the individual.
Yeah.
Because it's looking for a certain thing, and all there is everything.
It's like a blind spot.
It doesn't do that. It's happening like that.
So what helps the most then? Being together? Yeah, being together with people like who realize that, you know.
Nobody did realize this.
It realized itself. No.
No, when the one who wants to realize something isn't there anymore, when nothing is left of that dream, there suddenly is everything.
Yeah, but then you can say everything has realized itself, so to say.
But there's no realization.
Yeah, because
who is there to realize? It's the one who wants to realize something that isn't there anymore. Liberation is a loss. It's the end of a dreamt reality. Though when that dream ends, no one wakes up.
Also, no one goes to sleep.
There's already no one.
Yeah. But maybe it's just the brainwave thing, like it appears for you, for example, like you are not there, but it's just a brainwave, another brainwave. Yeah, come on. So, just what questions I have, like, is it just a state? Blah, blah, blah,
We're not talking about a state.
Hmm.
State would be something for the individual. The me lives in a world where it can achieve a certain state, for example. What we're talking about is the end of the dream of me. But the end of the dream of me, it's seen by no one that me was never there. And that has nothing
Only
to
as a
do.
dream.
That has nothing
Yeah.
to do with a certain state. It's the end of that whole dreamt reality. That there is one who can reach a certain state, for example.
Or get stuck in a state, you know what I mean?
It would still be not someone who is stuck in a state, because there is no one.
Yeah, but maybe there's a state where it seems like there's no one, but still it's real. So,
This is not an
No.
experience what we're talking about. It's the end of experience. The end of experience, that means that the so-called experiencer isn't there as well. Because experience is separation. There has to be a you, the experience of something. So you need three things. What is being talked about is singular.
Or zero. So it's the last drama, the drama of me ending, blah, blah. And then only the body has some is drama, like naturally, or everything is possible afterwards. There is no afterwards. I know.
Anything can still arise.
But it's good, actually.
Though it's the end of the drama of me, so to speak. It's the end of that real story of good and bad, right and wrong, positive and negative.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen any longer to you. It just happened for no one.
And when you have a heart attack or whatever, then
Sorry?
when you have a heart attack, something with the body,
No one has
then,
ever had a heart attack.
Yeah, okay.
Heart attack is what's apparently happened, though it doesn't happen to someone. That would happen to someone is a dreamt reality. There's no one inside that body. So no one is having something. There's no one to have anything. There's just what's appearing to happen.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
That's just a whole dream. That's just the whole dream. That there is one who's having a body, who's having thoughts, who's having feelings, who's having emotions, who's having friends, who's having this, just to me adds itself to everything.
Yeah, it's like a reality for itself.
Yeah, it's a dreamt reality.
Yeah, but when you wake up, then you fall asleep because you don't have the activity of the mind anymore so much, sometimes.
There's no one to wake up.
Or fall asleep, yeah.
There's just already no one. This is just a pointing out that all there is what is and isn't. It's this isness.
Without anybody.
There's no one in it.
All this spirituality, all this...
It's utterly misleading, yeah. Because they all talk to you like you are really someone, and you are someone who is having free will and choice to do something.
Yeah. But it's also attractive,
When that
to
resonance,
be someone.
When that resonance seems to be there, that resonance seems to be there. There's nothing right or wrong with that. Because it's just what's appearing to happen. Though within the story, it's misleading. Because it can never ever promise, or it can never ever deliver what they are promising.
Yeah.
Because there is no separation already. So you don't need to. There's no need to overcome this or that or whatsoever, or get rid of this or that. There is no agenda here to try to change anything. Everything is just appearing as it is.
Even separation.
There is no separation.
Not for you, but
not for anyone.
Others.
There is no one. It's a dreamt reality that there is one who is separate.
But
the dream and the dreamer are one.
Yeah. And the dreaming too. Yes. Yeah. And but what is this? So we dream energetical contraction.
Sorry?
We dream a contraction. Or
you're not dreaming that. Dreaming is what's appearing to happen.
There's no one.
The me doesn't do anything. It isn't there. So dreaming is what's apparently happening.
Yeah. So you can't have both, like the end of me and the liberation of me. So just like you can still have a me and be happy.
But no one is having a
And-
me.
Yeah.
There's no one.
But this I need a bit more.
No one is having anything. There's just no one. So who is there to have whatsoever?
The only apparent means.
There seems to be a contraction inside that body. Out of that, there seems to be a misconception that there is someone.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is just an illusion because there is no one already.
Yeah, but how can I one get this? Like,
But there's nothing to get.
no, I mean the head.
But not even that. We're not talking about
I
an
know.
understanding here. The me lives. That doesn't mean it is there. But otherwise I have to tell a long story every time.
Yeah.
The me lives in the world of knowing and owing and achieving and becoming. And what is pointed at is already everything. What is and isn't, but what is and isn't is unknowable. So unknowable cannot be known. It's no thing. So this doesn't understand what this is.
Or what happened apparently.
Neither did it achieve something. Liberation is a loss. So
Yeah, but the loss can also be an achievement, you know.
no, who is there to do that?
Yeah, when it's about you or me, then of course there's
What can-
only loss.
What can apparently happen, that body can lose the sense of you. So that's not
Yeah,
an achievement. There's nothing to achieve.
But liberation, free, you know.
But who is there to be liberated? Liberation is
Yeah.
already, in that sense, all there is.
Yeah.
When
So there's no
liberation,
other way to be
when liberation apparently happens, it's a seeing that there is no one to be liberated.
I understand.
So it's oneness.
And there's no other way. Sorry.
It's oneness pretending it's not one, searching for oneness.
Yeah. And there's no other way for to be liberated.
But there is no one to be liberated.
Hmm.
Liberation will never, ever happen to anyone. There's no one. No one did ever get liberated. All there is what's appearing to happen. It's nothing appearing as everything,
So
including
it's already
the dream.
Is it already liberated?
But liberation is all there is in that sense.
Yeah. But it can appear as somewhat contracted energy. Okay.
There's already no you. Not two.